This is a brief introduction to get you started with Google Classroom, which is an easy and efficient way to incorporate multiple digital tools within the classroom. The first thing you need to do is go to the website www.classroom.google.com. From there, you'll have options to sign in as a teacher, and when your students go to this site, they'll have options to sign in as a student. Once you're signed in, you simply click the plus sign beside your email address, and that will give you the option to create classes. You can create as many classes as you need. I teach 3 language arts and 1 science, but there's 3 science teachers, so we split a group of students and rotate them throughout the day. So that's why I have so many classes listed, but you can create a Google Classroom for each actual classroom that you teach. Clicking on the class name from the first screen will give you multiple options. So once you're in that class screen, you can select a theme to change the background picture. You can upload a photo for the background picture, and you'll see that you'll have several different options. You'll have a Stream tab, a Students tab, and About tab. We'll go over each one of those individually. Also, at any time you need to get back to your home page, you just simply click on the 3 bars to the left, and that'll get you back to your main classroom account where all of your classes will be listed. If you look on the Stream page, you'll find a class code. When you have your students go to classroom.google.com, instead of creating a class, when they go in as a student, they click that they need to join a class. To join a class, you simply give them the class code that's given to you. Once they've entered it, you will just click on the Students tab to make sure that all the students have enrolled in your classroom. On that Students tab, that's where you check to see that your students have enrolled. You also see that you can invite students, but then you have to individually enter the email address. If you just simply post the class code up on the screen, then the students can enroll themselves. And just within a few minutes, all your students are enrolled in your classroom. There is a special note here. There is a drop-down menu that I suggest changing at the beginning to only the teacher can post or comment. If you leave it to student posting, they can take up your stream where you're posting assignments and announcements. There are times when I open it up to student posting if we're having a class discussion or doing something with the literature circle, but as a standby, it stays on only teacher can post or comment. On the About tab, you can add another teacher. So if you have an inclusion teacher that you work with, or in the case of my science classes where there's 3 teachers teaching one group of students and we rotate, you click the Invite Teacher button, enter the email address, and then once they join the class, they have access to post and grade within the classroom account. So they have access to everything that you have access to within the classroom. From the Stream screen, that's where you add assignments or post an announcement. So if I have a YouTube video I want the kids to see, I can just post it as an announcement. Or if I want them to join Newsela articles, I can have them read a Newsela article just by posting it there. So on the Stream page, there's just the plus sign, and you click that to either post an assignment or just to post an announcement. When you create an announcement, there's several things you can do. You just type in what your announcement is. If you need to attach a file like a Word document, you can do that. If it's already in your Google Drive account, you can attach it from your Google Drive. You can insert a YouTube video, or you can hyperlink to another web page. This is very helpful if you're doing something and you need all the students to go to a certain web page. You can link it there, and they have easy access to it from their classroom account. If you want to add it to multiple classes, just click the drop-down arrow here and just check whichever classes you want that announcement made to, and then you simply click Post, and it is posted on all those students' accounts in the classroom immediately. If for some reason you don't want it to show immediately, for example, I will use Google Forms for quizzes, and I don't want that to post because as soon as you post it, the students get an email and they know it's there. You can click the drop-down arrow here and say Save as Draft, and then right before class, you just simply log in and click Post, and it goes to them. So for quizzes, I will always save as a draft. Or if it's an assignment I don't want them to see to the next day, I save as a draft so it's ready to go the next morning. To create an assignment, you simply just fill in the title. You can type in instructions. You can click the drop down arrow here to change due dates, and the same options with an announcement, with posting a YouTube video, a clip. You can link in a Google form quiz. You can also choose which classes you want to add it to. And instead of saying post, you click assign. When you click assign within Google Classroom, that gives you several options. The option I always choose is each student gets a copy. That just helps them. In the next couple of slides, I'll show you how that helps with the students. When you click make each student a copy, when they open the assignment, it creates a brand new Google Doc for each student, puts the title of the Google Doc, puts their name on it, and gives them an option to turn it into Classroom without you taking any further steps. So if you have one, a question sheet for a poem, for example, or one sheet that you want all the kids to have a copy of, instead of making paper copies, assign it. Tell Google Classroom when you assign it to make a copy for each student, and they get their own digital copy of that. So for example, here's just one. I had some questions on a poem. We were reading Highwayman questions, and that's where I clicked each student will get a copy. If there's 3 little dots here to the right, if you need to change the due date for any reason, you can change a due date. You can easily track progress because it tells me that 23 have finished the assignment, 7 have not finished this assignment. Thankfully, it's not April 6th yet, so they still have a few days to finish that. And when this is on your screen, you can click the done or not done, and it will give you that list of who has turned in the assignment and who has not turned in the assignment. When you click on, from this screen, when you click on who's done and who's not done, it takes you to this grading screen. And so you'll have your list of students to the left that are done, and the bottom it'll show the students that are not done, and over to the right you'll actually have their assignments. So I just sent them some questions on a poem. They type them in. When they're done, they click turn in. When you click on the students assignment, it actually takes you to their Google Doc, and you can see that it puts their name on it for them. It's a Google Doc. Their answers are there. You can click on the comment button and make comments, type in their grade to them. When the students do this, it will not show up on the teacher end, but when the students click on the assignment, it gives them a button. Besides just sharing, you don't want them to share it with you. You want them to click on the button that says turn in, and on the student screen, it's a blue button that says turn in. So when they're finished, they click in that button, and it submits it to your Google Classroom account here. So the 23 that are done, they've clicked the turn in button. Once they've clicked the turn in button, they lose editing rights. They have to request it back from you. And so the students that are done, I can click on their assignment, I can grade, I can make comments, I can send it back to them. Once I make comments, I just come back to the screen, I type in their grade, whatever grade I've assigned them. And you can even do this with rubrics. You can attach the rubric and fill out the rubric right there. It will put a check mark when I'm done grading that one, so I don't even have to do anything. I just have to open it up, make my comments, go back to the screen, open up the next one, make my comments. The ones that I finished, there will be a check mark that says done, and then I simply click return, and it sends them back an email. It sends them back their document with their comments and with their grade attached to it. So it's pretty simple. The first time you do it, it takes a little bit to get into, but once the students get used to submitting on Google Classroom and you get used to grading, it does make things much more efficient. And like I said earlier, if you just need to post something to your classroom, it's easy. It's one click, and all the students have the same assignment, or they have the same link to the same YouTube video, or they have the same link to the Quizlet words that you want them to work on. I mean, it just makes the whole process of all the other digital assignments that we're doing easier, because it's one stop. They don't have to keep going to different sites. I can just say, this is on your classroom account. They go to their classroom account, and from there they can click onto the Edmodo post, or the Newsela article, or the YouTube article, all from that one site, and they don't have to remember where to go. It's all on their Google Classroom account.